Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Haley Wilkes has the night off. Thank you so much for joining us. Topping our news tonight at 6, it's been over a year now since renovations at the old Sarasota High School were supposed to be completed. But there's still a lot of work that needs to be done to convert the historic building to an art museum. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo is live with the reason why and when construction will start back up again. Dwayne?
Well, Scott, as you can remember, the plan was to set up a new arts museum and continuing education for adults. Nothing's changed. It's just going to take a bit longer.
Many Suncoast residents walked the halls of this old building more than 15 years ago. It now sits empty. Ringling College entering into a lease to preserve it. And more than $22 million was raised to bring the old high school back to life.
Turn it into a contemporary art museum, and then also to be able to be used for continuing education purposes.
President of Ringling College of Art and Design, Larry Thompson, says phase 1 of the project, which encompasses the exterior of the building, was completed. But during phase 2, something happened.
We got word that the school system was not going to use the building behind it. And they asked us if we wanted to include that in this lease as well. And so the answer to that was yes.
Which caused Ringling to pause operations in order to redesign the entire project.
Now we had spaces that we could put into this other building that would not be taking up all the space within the high school itself. We wanted to make certain we had the absolute best design for this museum and for continuing ed.
And now with the addition of 2 smaller buildings, this pause in progress, as Thompson calls it, happened at the perfect time.
It led now to a much better design of the museum, and also a better design and use for the continuing education component of the new facility.
But Thompson admits the $22 million capital may or may not be enough to cover the expanded plan.
We're pretty close, but we feel that we have sufficient resources to be able to make this happen.
Either way, Thompson says the expansion and better design will benefit the community in the long run.
I think very shortly people are now going to be very happy because they will see some action being taken now within that facility.
Now, according to Ringling, this pause will go into effect, or the start of this project will go into effect sometime this summer. Reporting live in Sarasota, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
All right, Dwayne, thank you so much. 11 people are facing charges tonight for racketeering and running corrupt organizations following a prostitution investigation at local massage parlors. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement made the arrest after an investigation revealed women were offering sex acts for additional money after massages. It happened at 13 Asian massage parlors between Naples and Tallahassee. 3 Asian massage parlors in Sarasota and Bradenton are involved, as well as an Asian spa in Sarasota. 3 people from Sarasota and another person from Bradenton were arrested, and more arrests are expected. The Venice attorney accused of embezzling nearly $250,000 from clients, making his first appearance in court today. Adam Miller now facing an additional charge of scheme to defraud. ABC 7's Bobeth Yates was at the hearing and joins us now with more. Bobeth?
Well, they said there could be more victims, and they were right. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office found yet another victim. Adam Miller schemed out of more than $500,000.
Good afternoon, Mr. Miller.
Attorney Adam Miller was on the wrong side of the courtroom Friday as he learned the latest charges against him.
You're here in 1 count of scheme to defraud. You have a $500,000 bond.
Miller was previously charged with exploitation of the elderly and 3 additional charges for scheming to defraud. His arrest came as a result of a joint FBI and Sarasota County Sheriff's Office investigation. Earlier this week, officials conducted a search warrant and say they found evidence of unauthorized bank withdrawals, much of which was allegedly from clients who had already passed away.
Well, our investigation at this point has revealed that Mr. Miller's law firm had been taking monies from his deceased clients, and it would appear that they've been transferred into some personal accounts.
And officials say residents should use this case as a reminder to pay attention to finances being managed by others.
I would just suggest that people are certainly cognizant of what's going on in their loved one's finances, and that if there are any kind of concerns, that they're brought forward rather quickly.
Now Miller is currently in jail and being held on $1.2 million bond. Back to you.
All right, Bobette, thank you. After a damaging lightning strike shut it down, the Venice Community Center will reopen next week. Sarasota County clearing the structure after repairs were made there. County officials say some systems still don't work, including Wi-Fi, lighting control, and AC thermostats, but programs will resume at the center on Monday. Lightning caused that strike during our stormy weather earlier in the week, but some nice weather on the Suncoast today. Let's get more from Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Sunshine, finally a lot of it too today, helping us dry out after a lot of rainfall across the Suncoast and for that matter across the state. Right now, clear skies overhead, and looks like it'll stay that way, at least near the coast. There's a slight chance for an inland shower or two. The rain chance 20% through this evening, so don't cancel anything outdoors. Should be just perfect. Currently, we have sunshine, 84 degrees. The dew point still pretty low at 68 degrees right now. We have a west wind, that sea breeze at 8 miles an hour, and the pressure 29.90. And that has been rising ever so slightly over the past day or so. And the humidity comfortable, 58%. Now, all the rain we had earlier this week is down to our south, but it is spreading back northward now as a warm front. We'll see this happening over the weekend, with the bulk of the precipitation staying down to our south tonight and tomorrow morning. Fair skies, though, overhead. Not much going on here. Some showers down south. You see a little bit of rainfall just to the southeast of Orlando. And this appears to be a fire right there, at least in the eastern portions of Sarasota County. We'll have much more on our weather for the weekend coming up in just a few minutes. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. State lawmakers end their special session on time after reaching a deal that will boost funding for schools, universities, and other initiatives. Legislators reached that budget deal this afternoon with Governor Rick Scott. The final deal includes $60 million for university projects, which was a priority for the Senate after Governor Scott initially vetoed $75 million aimed at universities. Public schools will get enough to increase funding by $100 a student. The deal also includes money for repairs to the dike that surrounds Lake Okeechobee as part of an effort to clean up Florida waterways. And money is also being set aside for Governor Scott's economic initiatives. Lawmakers also passing new legislation today to carry out Amendment 2, which legalizes medical marijuana in Florida. It will add 10 new operators to the 7 vendors already operating in the state. The Department of Health would have to grant the new licenses by October 3rd. Those vendors would also each be allowed to operate up to 25 dispensaries. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, the city of Sarasota working towards a lofty goal, what it's pledged to complete by the year 2030. Plus, why it's now a little easier for people to apply for or renew concealed weapon licenses in Manatee County.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
The official salon of ABC7. Team Lease Salon.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
It'll now be a little easier for those applying for or renewing concealed weapon licenses in Manatee County. The tax collector's office is now accepting applications at the driver's license office on US 301 in Bradenton. Manatee County tax collector staff is authorized to take fingerprints, photographs, accept applications, and process renewals for the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. Those services, by the way, will be by appointment only. A Venice Police Department canine will be a little safer out on patrols with some help from a nonprofit group. Vested Interest in Canines is donating a bullet and stab protective vest for Canine Mako. The organization has provided more than 2,000 of these protective vests to canines all across the country, each one costing about $1,000. Mako is expected to get his within the next 10 days. We'll have your forecast for the upcoming weekend right after this.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Feld Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Knott in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I dream of the creature by night and by day. Wielding my weapon, I slaughter my prey. 2,000 cash, I'll be rolling in dough. So hey, a big monster, come out from below. So hey, a big monster, come out from below.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
For the last decade, SNS Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Well, before we get to the weekend, Bob, we got to talk about some developments in the forecasting for the hurricane season.
You know, we talked about it earlier at the start of the hurricane season that El Nino was projected to be around during the heart of the season, and then lately it's not. It's going to be a light El Nino, and now even more so, it could be a La Nina. The European forecast model is suggesting that El Nino is not going to be around. There's a very small chance that it will be, and that means that we should see a very active hurricane season in the Atlantic Basin. Does that mean we're going to get to here? Doesn't necessarily mean that at all. It just means that we'll have more storms this season than the previous seasons when we had El Nino. It also means that the severe weather threat during the winter months into 2017, 2018 won't be as great here. So that's a positive benefit of not having El Nino. Crescent Beach, that's positive right there. Barbara getting this nice blue skies. Blue skies finally covering the area beaches. And Lakewood Ranch, though, inland, a few cumulus clouds developing there. And then you'll see those push off toward the east as the sea breeze kicks in right around 4 o'clock. There they go, off toward the east, and they're generating some isolated showers well inland, but not much going on for us. Radar picture review showing a lot of rain down to our south. That's the moisture that's kind of bottled up down there. It's going to be drifting northward in time over the weekend. You'll see 1 or 2 lone showers spotting across the peninsula of Florida, but heavier rainfall down in South Florida near the Keys. Not the best weekend to be in the Keys as a result of that moisture riding northward now. And you can see a beautiful day today. Lots of dry air around, and enhanced satellite imagery showing that cloud plume of moisture moving off to the north now, and that will continue to move to the east. So I think the bulk of that rainfall will stay east of our area. However, we will see an increase in moisture content that will give us a chance for a few storms tomorrow afternoon. Mainly, there may be 1 or 2 showers along the coastline in the late morning and afternoon, with the scattered activity coming later in the day. 84 degrees right now, sunshine, west wind at 8 miles an hour, and the pressure 29.88 inches. And it is trying to rise, but it's having a hard time of it right now. 86 the high today, a couple degrees shy of the average, and 96 the record set in 1985. No rainfall to report for the month now, just under 5 inches. Now the forecast tomorrow, calling for a few showers. I mentioned a late morning, early afternoon. We'll see increasing clouds later on in the day. The rain chance at 40% tomorrow, 40% for showers and storms, with a majority of that into the inland areas and inland counties. The wind flow will not be all that strong, so there'll be slow movers too. So as that moisture moves northward, a few showers popping up here and there, it could produce up to 1 inch to 2 inches of rainfall in some isolated areas tomorrow. Again, the same story on Sunday. And it looks like the summer pattern of afternoon and evening thunderstorms will be in full effect all week next week. So get ready for that, with lots of lightning, showers, and thunderstorms expected and anticipated right through all of next week. So tonight, a few inland showers popping up, and then some of that moisture spreading toward us. You'll see the clouds on the increase, so we'll see a mixture of sun and clouds throughout the day. A few showers late morning, early afternoon, but the heaviest rain inland pushing off toward the east coast in the afternoon and evening, maybe a few evening showers. And then for Sunday, it looks to be partly cloudy to start the day off on Sunday, with showers and storms developing along the sea breeze in the afternoon and evening. And looks like some of that could be rather strong as well in terms of heavy rainfall. Now, as far as the boating forecast goes, looks good outside of those isolated storms. Winds out of the southeast turning to the southwest at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be 1 to 2 feet. And the water temperature warming up, 86 degrees. UV index will be a 9, and the forecast tides upcoming. Sarasota Bay, low tide at 8:46, and another one at 7 o'clock even, of 8:24 for your sunset. Partly cloudy, slight chance for a few evening showers, not much, 74 for low. Tomorrow, a 40% chance for scattered storms, a high of 88 degrees. The extended forecast does call for pretty good chances for showers and storms right through the next 7 days, and it looks like they could be rather numerous on Tuesday and Wednesday. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. The city of Sarasota pledging to use 100% renewable energy sources by the year 2030. City Commission authorizing the city to the Sierra Club's Ready for 100 campaign. The city will take community input to draft a resolution calling for all city operations to be powered by renewable energy sources within the next 13 years, and then the community doing the same by 2045. City officials hope the city will do its part to cut down on carbon emissions and slow the impact of sea level rise. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, organizers for the upcoming World Rowing Championships getting a little test this weekend as nearly 2,000 rowers are here. It's bringing them to Nathan Benderson Park.
Tonight, one day after James Comey's explosive testimony, turning the page. Can the president get his agenda back on track? And the Russia investigation. What's next? This is where America turns for answers. World News Tonight with David Muir.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at CaliforniaClosets.com.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in.
Watch Animal Outtakes every week on ABC 7.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at CaliforniaClosets.com.
1,700 young rowers from 48 different states are here this weekend to compete in the U.S. Rowing Youth National Championships at Nathan Benderson Park. Organizers are calling it a test run for the upcoming World Rowing Championships, which is just 100 days away now. The staff will be there in September, is there now, figuring out the most efficient ways to run everything from ticketing and parking to competition on the water. The World Rowing Championships are expected to bring 40,000 people to the Suncoast, while millions of others are expected to watch live around the world. $60,000 worth of tickets have already been sold.
And we expect that to really bump up over the next couple months when it comes to people starting to know their families and friends who actually make the boat that it will be competing here in September. That's currently unidentified until the teams are made.
This weekend marks the grand opening also of the long-awaited Finish Tower at Nathan Benderson Park. That's a beautiful building out there. The tower will be used not only for the view, but also to time races and for receptions. You can rent out the facility when it's not being used if you'd like. It's a beautiful view.
I think maybe we should do our newscast there. That'd be a pretty good idea.
I like that.
Not a bad idea at all, yeah. You know, I met some rowers last year. They were a restaurant I was at, and they were tall. They were like basketball players. You know, I guess they long rowing stride there. So it should be a lot of fun. A lot of folks will be watching. Hopefully the weather cooperates.
Yeah, we hope so. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great weekend. Our next news at 7 o'clock.
This is an ABC 7 editorial with Steve Sabato.
It's been quite a week in our nation's capital. And while I don't usually comment on national politics, the extraordinary events in Washington cannot be ignored. So today, some historical perspective via my own personal journey. 50 years ago, in 1967, I graduated from high school in my hometown, Cincinnati, Ohio. Actually, the graduation ceremony was canceled because a state of martial law had been declared to control what were then called race riots. It was quite a sight for a young kid. National Guard units driving down Main Street with 50mm machine guns mounted on their Jeeps. 50 years ago, in 1967, America was mired, that was the word back then, in the Vietnam War. Isolated from most of our allies, our nation divided, the Cold War in full force. 18-year-old boys graduating from high school either went to college and got an exemption or got drafted, sent overseas to fight for a cause most of the country did not believe in by the time the conflict ended. There was Watergate, there were assassinations, John and Martin, Bobby and Malcolm. The point is, America 50 years ago made Trump world, Comey hearings, and Russiagate look like Mayberry, USA. Not to make light of the mess we're in right now, Russia meddling in our election is very serious stuff. But it might be helpful if we kept the drama in perspective. So here's a tip. Spend less time in front of the tube hypnotized by the carnival chorus of so-called breaking news on cable. Make time to read about American history. And while you're at it, check out the year 1967, the year I graduated from high school. And this just in, the year the 25th Amendment was adopted. Look that one up. I'm Steve Sabato, and we'd like to hear from you.
The opinions expressed in this editorial do not necessarily reflect those of ABC7's owners or management. If you would like to comment, go to our website, www.mysuncoast.com, and click Community.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.